Donald Trump is going to be impeached again. There is every indication of that. And this is the right move. And it is actually, it has to happen. And I'm going to make that case for you today, because number one, when impeachment is appropriate, you don't calculate, you do it. It is the duty of Congress to do it. And waiting even one more day is another day that could be an absolute and total disaster. So the latest news from the New York Times this morning is that the House of Representatives, controlled by Democrats, is moving to force Donald Trump out. And it's sort of a if you don't, then we will scenario. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi says the House is going to formally call on Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment and strip Trump of his power. If they do not, then the House is going to move to impeach Donald Trump. There is every indication they have the votes. There is every indication it could happen as soon as tomorrow or Wednesday. Now, on the 25th Amendment, the 25th Amendment is this mechanism by which the president, along with a majority of, the vice president, along with a majority of the president's cabinet, can decide if the president is unfit to serve, that they can remove the president. The president has the opportunity to veto or reject that. And in that case, it goes back to the House and Senate. And I now am blanking. I believe you need 2/3 of the House and Senate to vote to override the decision of the president. So even if they pursued it, it's quite possible that it would not succeed at removing Trump. From every report we've gotten so far, Mike Pence does not have any interest in moving forward on 25th Amendment. And assuming that that is the case, we have already seen drafted articles of impeachment again for Donald Trump, which would make him the first president ever to be impeached for a second time. Expectations are that debate in the House would be relatively short and concise, and that Donald Trump, within 48 hours, very well could find himself impeached once again. The plan is that today, and maybe by the time you've heard this, it will already have happened, the House is going to move forward with a resolution calling on Pence to invoke the 25th. And in all likelihood, that will go nowhere. And then tomorrow we would be looking at impeachment. Now, there's a big debate now, and we're going to get into some of the details of it later on. What if this is divisive? And it's so funny to hear these same Republicans who were involved in the hang Mike Pence chants now saying, no, we can't divide the country like this. The same Republican lawmakers now who for 2 months fomented and perpetuated these ridiculous notions that the election was stolen from Donald Trump through conspiracies that involved everything from replacement parts and voting machines to Hugo Chavez and some guy named Eric Coomer. They are saying it would be divisive to impeach Donald Trump. There are others who are saying the removal or impeachment of Donald Trump at this late stage would unnecessarily inflame the same riotous mob that we saw storm the Capitol last week. My view on this, you all know that I essentially am always thinking pragmatically and in terms of principles, and that I am always open to considering the practical impact of something beyond just what it means in principle. Impeachments of presidents are such a serious thing. And when we think about whether a president should be impeached, there is only one question that we ask. Did the president do something worthy of impeachment? And if the answer is yes, you don't say, well, there's only 10 days left. You don't say, well, some of the right wingers might get mad. It is the responsibility of the Congress to impeach when something impeachable has taken place. Even many Republican defenders of Donald Trump, we'll play these clips for you later. Chris Christie, Senator Pat Toomey, Lisa Murkowski. Even Republicans now are saying this is a man that needs to be removed. And so in this case, we say we deal with the consequences. If it is appropriate to impeach based on the facts, then we do it. And that's exactly what needs to happen. So later today, we will be having a live stream as these deliberations get underway. We are going to be covering it all of this week. That is my position on impeachment. It's a responsibility. You don't say, well, what might the impact be? If something impeachable has been done, you impeach. Let me know if you disagree with me. I'm on Twitter at @Pakman, and we're going to have a much broader conversation about this coming up. One of our sponsors today is Lucy, and they are giving my audience 20% off. Lucy is a company founded by Caltech scientists with only one mission, which is to help people quit smoking and vaping by offering a clean, affordable nicotine alternative. Now, many of you know, you've heard the stories. I've known several people in my life who have struggled with quitting smoking. I've seen how difficult it can be. And nicotine alternatives can be hugely helpful. Lucy offers a nicotine gum in 3 flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, and pomegranate. They also have lozenges, which come in cherry ice flavor. Lucy is affordable. It'll ship right to your door. You don't have to go out to the store. Shipping is always free. You can buy single boxes or save with a subscription. It's the year 2020. It's time to throw the cigarettes away and get rid of the vape. And Lucy can make it easier. You'll find a ton of excellent reviews online from countless people who have used Lucy to quit smoking and vaping. Go check them out at lucy.co. I've put the link right underneath this video, and you'll get 20% off when you use the coupon code Pakman. And just a quick disclaimer, I'm required to give: these products contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.